We already studied about that. Now we will go in depth. So how the fluid acts. So what are the forces on the fluids? Okay. Here mainly the force we are considering is the pressure. Okay. It's also a type of force, right? Now, so consider a small area dA in large mass of fluid. So let us, I will consider a mass of fluid. So this fluid should not be flowing. It should be in a static equilibrium. So I'll constrain this. So what I do, I'll take this fluid in a container. Okay. So what you do, you just imagine this is the fluid, okay, which is in large area. It has a large mass. Okay. It is constrained to a, I draw a container so that to make the fluid in stationary equilibrium. Okay. Inside that, consider a small area dA. Consider a small area dA. Okay. So let this be the area dA, means it is the small area, it is a water molecule. Okay. Consider a small area dA. If the fluid is stationary, if it is, we constrain, right? So it is stationary, then the force exerted by the surrounding fluid, then the force exerted by the surrounding fluid on this area, small area dA, which we considered, okay, will always be perpendicular. This force will always be perpendicular to the surface dA. Okay. Let this force be dF I take. So dF will be acting on the dA in, the dF will acting on the dA in normal direction. Normal means in perpendicular direction. Then this force, then this dF, then the ratio of this dF by dA, force by area. What is that? Force by area is nothing but what? The simple definition. Force by area is what? Pressure. But with constraint to fluid, it is what? Fluid pressure. That's it. So I'll write the statements now. What we do, we will consider, okay, a small area dA in the large mass of the liquid. Okay, in large mass of liquid which is in static equilibrium. It is not flowing. Static equilibrium andre, I want to tell you that the water is not flowing. It is in static equilibrium. So I consider a small area dA. Okay. So if we consider here, so the surrounding water, the surrounding fluid on the area, this surrounding area, this surrounding area of fluid, what it will do, it will exerts, okay, it will exerts force on dA. So the surrounding area of the fluid exerts force on this dA, okay, on the surface dA. So this force, which is exerted by surrounding fluid, we call it as, this force which is exerted by surrounding fluid be dF. So on the small area dA, the force be dF, small force dF. So in this condition, what happens, and also this dF will act perpendicular, or will act perpendicular, or it will act normal to surface dA. Okay, this will act normal to surface dA. So here 3 points are there. which are basic ones. Okay, just understand, that's it. So now in this situation, the ratio of what? The ratio of this force dF divided by dA, force by area, is known as intensity of pressure. Okay, this is called as intensity of pressure. In generally we will call only pressure. So this ratio is represented by the small letter P. Okay, so P is equal to, what is this P? This is nothing but the intensity of pressure. So P is nothing but small force which is acting on the small area dA. Okay, now if the force F is uniformly distributed, so we calculated for small, what we have to do now? We have to integrate so that we can give a formula to its whole content. Okay, to its whole content. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಈಗ, ಡಿ ಎಫ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಫ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, ಏರಿಯಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ will act on each molecule on this large mass of fluid, right? That's why what we do here, if F is the force, this dF only, this F is the force uniformly distributed over the area. So F ididu we took as capital F, dA will be taken as capital A, so that we are telling that we are considering full fluid area. Okay, so F is the force of uniformly distributed over the area A, then the pressure at any point in the liquid or fluid is given by what? Your P, small p, is equal to force by area. Okay, from basics only what we are doing, if we want to calculate or if we want to derive any formula, we are taking a small part from that, so we will derive the relation to that. After deriving the relation for the small part, we will integrate it. We will integrate so as to get the whole area, which will help us to find the pressure at any point in the fluid. Okay, if you want to find at a particular point in that system, we can find by this formula, that is pressure is equal to force by area. By this formula we can also calculate the force. So this force is related to, it is by the pressure, right? So it is also called as pressure force. So pressure force is equal to what? This small p into area. Okay, so simply force is equal to pressure into area. Fine. So what are the units now? Units of pressure. So the units of pressure are, so it depends on the system. If we take what? MKS unit. Okay, if we take MKS unit, what will be the unit of pressure? The unit of pressure will be kgf. Okay, just don't write kgf. kgf LE, per meter square, or kgf per centimeter square. Okay, it is the unit of the pressure in MKS unit. So whenever you see the movie, you should tell that it's not only movie. kgf per meter square is the unit of pressure in MKS unit. Okay, but we are using what? SI unit. In SI unit, the unit of pressure you already know, that is what? Newton per meter square or Newton per mm square. Okay, this is big R, Newton per mm square or Newton per meter square, and this Newton per meter square and this Newton per meter square is also called as what? Pascal. They can give Pascal or just they can tell 1 Pascal andre 1 Newton per meter square. Okay, so it is symbol is PA. Okay, some conversions will be there, that is kilo. If they give that kPa means what? Kilopascal, that is 1000 Newton per meter square. And sometimes pressure is also measured in bar. So bar is what? 100 kilopascal. So this P is capital, sorry. So 1 bar is nothing but 100 kilopascal. Or it's also, if you want to write in Newton per meter square, what is that? 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Okay, instead of calculating, if you daily practice, you can remember this bit by bit. 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square, or kilopascal means, here also wrong. You should write P as capital, A in the suffix. Kilopascal means 1000 Newton per meter square. Okay, this is the right way to write. So this was about the fluid pressure at a point. What is the formula? Mainly what we have to remember? We have to remember this P is equal to force by area. Pressure is equal to, pressure in a fluid is equal to force by area. And that force, this force is acting on area. How? Normally it is acting, or it is, or can be also told as perpendicularly. Fine. Next we will go to the next topic, and it is like a theorem. You can expect, or you can expect a question from that, or based upon that, either this theorem is asked, theorem means like derivation, or on that formula one question will be there, like that you can expect. Okay, either that or some monometer problems you may get. So that is nothing but your Pascal's law. So what is Pascal's law? We will see here. Pascal's law. Okay, coming to the definition of Pascal's law, or you can tell a statement, or yes, statement only. So it states that Pascal's law, it states that, first I will write the statement. Okay, it states that means Pascal told that, based upon his experiment on his interpretation, it states that the pressure, okay, the pressure or intensity of pressure. So while writing, should write full clearly, intensity of pressure. The pressure or intensity of pressure where? We just now discussed at a point, pressure at a point in a static fluid. So the fluid is stationary, it is in statically equilibrium. Okay, it's not flowing. The pressure or intensity of pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal is equal in all the direction. So what does it states? It states that the pressure or intensity of pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal in all the directions. Okay, we have to prove that. The pressure or intensity of pressure at a point, if see here, if so the pressure, if P is acting here, okay, this pressure at a point in a static fluid, it is equal in all the direction. Either it is coming, okay, it is equal, or it's away. Okay, when I will prove that, you will get to know. Okay, so next, whenever they ask about the Pascal's law, you have to write the statement, then we will write the proof or to be proved. So to prove what we need a static fluid system. So I'll take a static fluid system, means it is a large mass, but what I do, I'll constrain it. So I'll consider it in a vessel. It's a large mass. Okay, now the pressure or intensity of pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal in all the directions. So in this system of liquid, I'll take a small wedge shape or arbitrary fluid element of wedge shape. So I'll take a small wedge shape element. So this element, I'll enlarge it here. So let me enlarge it. If I enlarge it, this is the triangular shape. I'll take wedge shape element. Why wedge shape? I'll tell you. If I take here, see, 1 minute. See here. Why wedge element means, so this wedge element, how is this? If I write in 2D, this is like this, right? If I write the wedge element in 2D, it is somewhat like this. So I can A, B, C. Okay, I can assume this as in a 3D term. So what is that? I can assume this as, here I can write X, Y, Z. If I take another this circle, it will be difficult to, it should be difficult to make you understand actually what happens in the fluid. Okay, so whenever I take a 3D picture, I'll show you. See, if I take a 3D element, okay, so this 3D element is nothing but A, B, C. Other the one part with this A, B, C. So if I take this wedge shape in the 3D element, what I am getting? So wait 1 minute. A, B, C, let D, E, F. Okay, now for this both the three sides means I have to 3-dimensional law. So if I tell in the direction of X, so I'll get a area. If I tell in the direction of Y, I'll get a area like this. If I tell I want a direction in Z, yes, I will get a area. What I'm telling is, in any direction, if I take X, I'll getting a full area to calculate what is the properties and all. So what I need to prove that pressure, that force by area, the pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal. It should be, this pressure at a force should be equal in all the direction. So this is my motto. That's why in wedge means I will get all the three faces. Okay, this face is in Y direction, this face is in Z direction, this face, and another face here directly it is in X direction. So all the three faces I am getting, so I am considering the wedge shape. So I'll write a neat diagram and I'll let you know. So I tried to draw the wedge in 3D. Okay, so let us name the word. So A, B, okay, C and D. This is the first phase. You take it. Okay, this wedge has 3 shape, no? So first phase is gone. Now second phase, what I do, A, B, C, D over, no, I'll take this as E, E and F. So A, B, C, D first phase, A, B, E, F second phase, which is this one. Okay, next what is remaining? Yes, over. Now another phase is what? E, F, C, D. This is the phase. Okay, this is in what? X direction. So I took 3D element, no, so I can show in 3D, right? Now what I do, the pressure force acting in X direction, the pressure force acting in X direction, I'll take it as Px, right? So on this face, right, A, B, E, F on this. Next, pressure force acting on Y direction, so upwards, right? So I'll show you, this is X, this is Y, this is Z. So here I'll do, that is Py. Okay, now here this is the slant one, right? So these are the plane I got. E, F, C, D is the face in Y direction, A, B, E, F is the face in X direction. Now this is the slant one. What I do, so here if any force is coming, means it is normal to the face. If the face is, it's not like this straight, it is like in slant way, it is like this in slant way. So the force should be come like this, right? The force should be perpendicular. If this is perpendicular, then what happens? So perpendicular means the PZ, okay, the PZ will be normal to the face A, B, C, D. It is normal to this face only, A, B, C, D. Okay, but when it comes to gravity, we should resolve it. That I wanted to tell you, that resolving is pakka. I'll take it as PS or PZ, anything. Okay, you can take PZ also. So X, Y, Z I'll take PZ. So Px is the force, pressure force in X direction, Py is the pressure force in Y direction, Pz is the force in Z direction, and that it is slant way. So what I do, so I take a 2D diagram also. So this 2D diagram, so how can I name this one? A, E, D. So here what is the force acting? Py, Px. So it is perpendicular to that, that is Pz. So I want the side also. Let me consider this side. So according to the direction only I'll consider. See here what I do. So X direction is in this way. So this one I'll take this direction dx, this direction dy. Okay, this is dx and this is dy, and I'll take this direction as ds. Okay, dy, this is ds and this is dx. So whenever I do in 3D, what happens? Here see, so this is vertical, right? Dy, so this is dx, and your this one I can tell. Okay, it can be taken as ds or dz. So px, okay, I'll take only z only, y ds, giving another term and make you confuse. I'll take z only. So this is dz and this is also dz. So just what we do, we taken a wedge shape water element, that's it. Okay, now we will write the theory, what we did and how we are going to proceed. Consider an arbitrary fluid element of wedge shape in a fluid mass. So what I did, I am writing consider an arbitrary fluid element. So we consider this element of wedge shape in a fluid mass. We consider that as a fluid mass which is at rest, so that it should be in static equilibrium, right? Next point, what we do, we will define this element. Let the width of the element, be perpendicular to the plane is unity. Okay, let this width, if the scale is a 3D element, okay, what I took only this line. So this is what, this line. So this width, the width here from this edge to this edge is what I am taking unity, and that is what, perpendicular to the paper. Okay, it is perpendicular to the paper, it is standing like this. So which is in 3D, if we sell, this is this one, this is what we are taking as unity, the width we are taking as unity, but while on the paper we can't show that. So we will take the width of the element, as unity. So this width we will take in all the 3 directions as unity, and it will be in uniform only, it will not affect us. Okay, so we are mentioning first only that let the width of the element perpendicular to the plane is unity. Now let px, py and pz, what are they? Be the pressures acting along x, y and z directions simultaneously or correspondingly or respectively, you can write. Okay, direction respectively. So whatever we have written, px, py, pz, be the pressure acting along x, y, z direction respectively. So before defining the dx, dy, dz, so see here, I made a slight mistake here. See, if this face is dz, this is not dz, we have to introduce a new face, that is, 1 minute, this is not dz, I'll take this as ds. Why, I'll tell you. So see here, I took this as the area or the surface area as dx and this area as dy, right? So I'll take in the 3D element also, this is dx and this is dy. But whenever in the z direction, I'll take this as the inclined area, the inclined surface area is what? Dz only. Wait, show. So this is dz, right? So when this is dz and this inclined face, I can't take its width. So the width here of this, the face ABCD, the face A, B, C, D, the width will become what? dz. And this will be, I'll introduce new thing, that is ds. Okay. But here what it will be? I'll take it as unity. So in this x direction and y direction, that unity will be, it will work because it is in same plane. Whenever I come to z, it will be another plane, right? We have to add one plane. So the unity will not work here. In this phase, the unity will not work. So for the face A, B, C, D, the width will be dz, not 1. The width will be dz and the length will be what? ds. See, that's why this is dx, this is dy, and I took this is as ds. Okay. And this on the face, this AD, no, this is what we are calling, this is one face, ABCD is one face, ABEF is one face, EFCD is also one face. So on that, all the three faces, the perpendicular force acting, and that force is pressure force, right? Now this PZ is also inclined, it is inclined, right? So what I'll do, I'll resolve these forces here only. So whenever you get an inclined force on the surface, when the gravity is in consideration, so gravity is normal to the surface, right? We should resolve it. So I'll take this as what? Theta. So this is theta, and now PZ, this is theta, right? So the angle EAD, so EAD is also theta. So this is also theta and this is also theta. So whatever the angle here is theta. Just consider this is theta from this inclined surface. So what would become? So whenever we are solving the problem, whenever you go, so this PZ, what this PZ will become what? Sin theta. This PZ will become cos theta, because theta is in adjacent with here, so it will become PZ cos theta. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥೀಟಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಥೀಟಾ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕಾಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ದಿಸ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ dx, dy, dz and ds are the elemental surface acting with respect to respective directions. So why I am going slow is, once you get to know this, you can do the next simplification very easy. Okay, that's why I am going very slow. So what px, py, pz and dx, dy, dz and also theta. We have to mention the theta also. Theta is the angle. Okay. Theta is the angle corresponding to the vertical element, or it is resolved force, the vertical element of the inclined force. What is that? PZ. And also angle EAD. Angle EAD is equal to theta. Okay, so I'll sum up. So it's, what is Pascal's law? It states that the pressure or intensity of the pressure at a point in a static fluid is equal in all the directions. So we took wedge shape. So we also assume that the width of the element is perpendicular to the plane is unity. So this will be unity, but in the same plane it will be unity, but in the different plane it will not be unity. So I introduce a term called ds. Okay, and this is dz. So ABCD will not be having a unity term, but here we will have unity. So y and all you will get to know when I do the further calculations. So I am going to the next page. If these are the conditions, then we have to calculate what? Then the forces acting on the elements are there are actually two forces acting on the element. On the element means which? What we consider the wedge shape element. What is that? First one is that pressure forces which are normal to the surface. Each and every term I am mentioning that pressure forces are acting what? Normal to the surface. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು ಸ್ವಂತ ವೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ದು ಆ ವೆಡ್ಜಿಂದು ಸ್ವಂತ ವೇಟ್. ಸೊ ವೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಹೌ? ವೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೌ? ಇನ್ vertical direction. So vertical direction. So on every element which we took know, there two forces will be acting. One force is pressure forces normal to the surface, and another is its own weight of the element in vertical directions. So the forces, I will now write the forces. The forces on the faces are. So what are the forces on the faces are? See here. So what are the forces face we have? We have a face called AE. So this is one face AE. So we have another face AD. Okay, another face is, sorry, this is ED, and another face is face AD. Okay, we have to calculate the forces on each face. So face AE ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So I'll tell you here only. The forces on face AE would be this px into area of this AE. So what is the area of the face AE? So AE is what? Rectangular element, length into breadth. So I already defined length is dy. Okay, and width is what? I consider it as unity. So what it happened? Dy into 1. Whenever come to ED, the face ED, so forces on the face AD will be py into area of ED. Okay, area of ED. What is the area? One area is dx into unity. dx into ಅದು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರದೇನು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ. ಸೊ dx into unity. But when we come to the inclined face AD, so here we require a term ds. Here dz will not come into picture. It is not unity. Okay, that's why ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ pz. Okay, pz into ds it will happen. pz into ds. I'll tell you. So I'll write one by one. So forces on face AB is equal to px, pressure force, into area of face AB. Okay, so what it happens? Px into area of a face, what is that? AE. What is happens? Face AE is face AE, px into dy into 1. Px into dy into 1. Next, forces on face ED, right? So forces on face ED is equal to py into, similarly, okay, dx into 1. Then similarly, force on this face AD, it is what? PZ. Okay, PZ into ds into 1 unity, right? But whenever we talk about, if we take moment, it will not be unity. Then the term dz will come. I'll tell you. Okay, P y aitu, next to pz into ds into 1, because we already mentioned that term 1. So what it will be? Px into dy, px into dx, pz into ds. Here dz will not come. Okay, because it will come into picture whenever we take the 3D element only. Okay, so if we take the moment on that term, then dz will come. Okay, don't confuse here. So whenever I am considering the 2D element, and I am considering here. Okay, then these are the forces on the faces. Next, force is due to the weight. So weight of the element. So weight of element. Okay, weight of the element is what? Weight andre W is equal to what? Mass into gravity. So mass into gravity. So how to calculate mass? Here what we know? We know volume into density. What is density? Mass by volume. So what I want? Mass I want. So volume into density into what? G. Now, so volume, I know the terms, sides I know, so I can calculate volume. So volume is, whenever I take volume, I have to consider what? Volume is filled in what? 3D element. Okay, so AE, ED into width is another width is what? AB one face, ED another face, another is width, that is unity, right? So the face AE into ED divided by 2 into 1 into this density into G. So the weight of the element, if they ask, means they have to directly write that. What is AE? So AE is nothing but your dy into dx into 1 divided by 2 into rho into G. So this is weight and this is the forces. So I have the forces on each face and I have weight. Now what I will do? Simple thing. I will just equate the forces. So here density of fluid. Now what I will do? I will resolve the forces in each direction. So resolving the forces in x direction. So in x direction, I'll resolve the force. Whatever the force is coming in the x direction, I'll take them. So what are the forces coming in x direction? See here. So what is x direction? So this is x, y, and this is z, right? The forces coming in x direction. So px, okay, px will come in x direction. Okay, so px into dy area into 1. Then what are the other force acting in x direction? This one, this is inclined, right? So we have to take what? This resolved, this component of this pz, that is it acting opposite to the direction. So direction, you see, it's acting on the surface, right? So the direction is like this. Okay, opposite to the x direction, means it is minus pz into minus pz sine theta into ds is equal to 0. Okay, either we can tell resolving the forces in each x direction, or we can tell we are equating the forces in x direction. So resolving the forces in x direction, what will happen? That your px, the force in px into dy into 1, so minus, it is on the face AB, so see, I'll write small, so this px into dy in x direction. Next, this pz into this pz sine theta, right, into idenu ds, minus what, this pz sine theta into ds. Okay, sine theta is equal to 0. But here, oh shit, here what is, see here, this inclined face is there, this is pz, okay, this is pz sine theta, this is pz cos theta. Okay, if the theta value is what, if it is here, our theta value is here, okay, this pz is acting on this plane in 90, right? So idenu 90, so this theta will become what, 90 degree minus theta, so this will become 90 minus theta. Okay, so I'll show you in two ways, that is px into dy minus pz, here it is, because theta is not in this one, because theta is an exterior angle here for this right angle, so we want the theta in this way because it is cos term, no, so 90 minus theta, I'll write here only so that you will not confuse whenever you say again. So this is theta, right? So I want this theta, so this will be 90 degree minus theta. How 90 degree minus theta? So this pz, inclined surface, right, this pz is acting wow normally, so this is 90, so namage illi theta ide, so idenu ulididdu 90 degree minus theta, so this is 90 minus theta. So sine, so every term is very important, 90 minus theta into ds is equal to 0. Okay, next what happens, px into dy, I'll send this term to that side, pz plus pz will happen, sin 90 minus theta is nothing but cos theta into ds is equal to 0. That's it. Then what has happened? Okay, now this is the wedge element. Okay, so this is theta, a, e, d, this is dy, and this is dx, this is what, ds, here the pz is acting, right, so this is what, 90 degree minus theta. Now what I want this term to make it, okay, so I want, see here, just you write cos theta enagutte, cos theta is adjacent, so this theta and this theta are same, right, so theta is what, dx, adjacent, dy adjacent by ds, hypotenuse. So I have the term cos theta into ds, so if I multiply here, so ds into cos theta is nothing but what, dy. So from this term what I do, this px into dy is equal to pz into dy, so this dy cancels, this px is equal to pz, equation number 1. Okay, I took the wedge term, theta is the angle, so if cos theta I take from the figure, cos theta adjacent by hypotenuse, adjacent is what, dy, hypotenuse is ds, cos theta is dy by ds. So I'll multiply ds that side. ds cos theta is equal to what? dy term. Now similarly we'll do in y directions. So resolving the forces in y direction and equating it to 0. What happens here? 1 minute. Okay. Same in the y direction what we are taking. So A, E, D. Here what we did, we have to do the same in y direction. This is what? PZ. So this is what? This is P. What is that now? PY. This is PZ. This is PZ sine term. PZ cos term. Theta is here. And this is what? 90 degree minus theta. So before only I am writing, not to confuse you, or again I have to turn the page. Now in y direction I want. So this is what? dx. So py into area of this face. Okay. Py into what? dx into 1. And this is in this direction, no? So the cos term will be in this direction, opposite. So I'll take minus. So pz I took into cos. This angle I want, that is what? 90 minus theta into the ds is equal to ds. So another force, what is the another force which is acting here? It is its own weight. So x directionally weight barala, but vertical madavag ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Weight ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So for weight we already calculated. What is that? dy into dx by 2 rho into g. This is the weight term. Okay, I'll show you. Weight of the element we already calculated this one. I'll just copy that. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತ ಕೇಳಬೇಡ್ರಿ. I'll just copy that. That is dy into dx divided by 2 into rho into g. Fine. Now I'll simplify. So this py into dx minus pz into cos 90 minus theta is nothing but sin theta into ds minus dx into dy by 2 rho into g is equal to 0. So this is same here. What we did, if we take this term as sin theta anta tagondre ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Opposite dx by ds. Now what I want? ds sin theta is equal to what? dx. Correct. Now see here, ds sin theta was, so small py into dx minus pz sin theta into dx will become dx only, and this is what? Weight of the element. So dx dy by 2 rho into g is equal to 0. So when you come here, you have to assume another thing, that is the element which you consider, the element weight is very small, hence weight will be negligible. So hence this term I'll make it as 0. So py into dx minus pz into dx is equal to 0. So py dx is equal to pz into dx. So dx cancels. This py is equal to pz. Equation number 2. Equation 1 ಏನು px is equal to pz. Equation 2 ಏನು py is equal to pz. Now from equation 1 and 2, what we can write? We can write that px is equal to py equal to pz. So what this will tell? The pressure or the intensity of pressure at a point in a static liquid is equal in all the direction. So the above equation, you have to write this. The above equation shows pressure at any point in x, y and z directions, okay, is equal. What we wanted to prove? We wanted to prove this only. That is, pressure is equal in all direction in the liquid. So this was about the Pascal's law. So I went very slowly so that to make you understand. So I proved that the pressure at a point in a liquid is equal in all the directions. Here, see, another one point what I wanted to give you is, see, px into dy into 1, what you did here, minus pz into 90 minus theta into ds, right? This we can calculate by another method also. What is that? What we have to do? This px, okay, into area of AB EF minus pz into area of that face. What is that face? ABCD into sine theta is equal to 0. So we can solve by this concept also. How is this? Whenever we take this concept, we require what is this element, this 3D element. So what is that? Px into the area of ABEF. See, area of ABEF minus, so minus, so here it will come, here another force will come. So pz into sine theta into area of ABCD sine theta. If you follow this also, you will get the same answer. If you follow this, you have to follow this in also y, is in x direction. In y direction also we have to follow the same. That is what it will happen means, py into area of COEF CDEF, okay, CDEF minus pz into cos theta into area of ABCD, same, minus what? Weight of element. Then also we have to take this weight of the element as 0 only. But here, what is the main change is, here we take this sine theta as dy by ds and cos theta as same dx by ds. Here we will not change the angle theta as 90 minus theta like this. If we substitute this value in here and this value here, we will get the required answer, that is px into what we have to prove, px is equal to pz and py is equal to pz. So that from equation 1 and 2, px, py, pz are equal, so that the pressure in at any point in a static liquid is same in all the directions. So this was about the Pascal's law. So thank you. The next topic will be discussed in coming classes. Thank you.